What is going on, everyone? Welcome to the channel. My name is Hayden Davidson and I always primarily talk about online arbitrage on Amazon FBA. And in this video, it is no different. In this video, I'm going to share with you my top sourcing strategy of finding online arbitrage replenishable items that we can sell over and over again. Now, I'm going to go into this in just 10 seconds, but let me just tell you before, it would really mean a lot to me if you could like and subscribe to this channel if you have really enjoyed this video. I'm a relatively new channel and I would like to just get a gauge of whether this content is hitting the spot or not, because it really does give me motivation to do more videos if I know that you like it. Now, let's dive in. My main strategy to source items is a reverse lookup from Amazon. Let me dive in and explain as quickly and as efficiently as I can how this works. Now, what I will do is go on to another seller's shop, okay? And I will sort of spy on the products that they're selling, and then I will see if I can sell them myself, okay? So what I do on this is I go onto I find a category which I want to sell in, okay? So in this instance, let's say home and kitchen. So what I would do is head to home and kitchen as a category on the drop-down menu on just the normal generic Amazon buyer website, okay? And then what we want to do is we want to type in, for example, glasses. We want to type in frying pans. You want to type in anything that is relatively easy to ship out, or even better, anything that you've already sold before. You want to, in the category, then you want to click on that, find the shop of one of the sellers, or look at multiple shops of different sellers on a listing in a category that you're already selling, okay? So there's two different ways that you could do it, okay? But to keep it simple for newbies, let's do that. So we're going to find the category on Amazon. We're going to go click on a random product once we've typed into the title glasses or frying pans or egg timers or anything that you want, and then we're going to head to that specific product page of a good selling item, hopefully without Amazon on the listing, okay? So try and find without Amazon on the listing, okay? What you want to do is click on that listing page. You then want to click on current sellers. You want to click on view sellers of this product, okay? And then it will give you the list of all the FBM and the FBA sellers of that specific item. Now, this is when you need to focus a bit more deeply on the actual seller that you're clicking on. We don't want to click on FBM sellers. They're not relevant to us at this stage for the sourcing stage, okay? You want to look for fulfilled by Amazon. You want to look for FBA sellers, and you want their reviews. This is my criteria. I want their reviews to be between 20 to 2,000 reviews on that account. Why? Any lower than 20, they're probably a very new seller, and they could be making a load of their mistakes and stuff, which we've all been there, but we don't want to look at their products, okay? Anyone between 20 and 2,000, I believe that they're an online arbitrager or a retail arbitrager, generally an online arbitrager, I believe, and they're relatively new, probably no more than 3 to 4 years, but definitely not 10 years, I don't think. And any more than that gives us, if you've got someone with 20, 30, 40, 100,000 reviews, I worry that that's a brand, or I worry that they are doing primarily wholesale, or they've got some brand only deals, and it might be a bit of a waste of our time, okay? So you want to check between 20 and 2,000 reviews on their account. Next, we want to click into these accounts. Once we've ran that criteria, we want to click into these accounts, and you want to click to the right of the page, which gives you the product page. It gives you the products of all of the items that seller, that shop is actually selling, okay? Once you've found the products, feel free to pause this video if you want to do this live. Once you've found the products that they are selling, You want to judge whether they've got good selling items by the first 1 to 3 pages. If you like what you see, if you can see the sales rank's good, then generally the first few pages will tell you whether this seller is actually a good seller, if they've got good items that they're selling. Okay, you don't want to waste your time looking through the whole shop. The first 3 pages have usually got the best stuff on it, and I wouldn't look any further unless the first 3 pages were really good, and then I know that the rest could likely be good as well. Okay, but you don't want to waste your time. Once I've found an item that looks relatively good, obviously I'm judging in my eyes what I'm looking at first. If it looks like a heavy item, I'm probably not going to be interested. If it looks like a bundle that's really confusing, I might not be interested, you know. If it looks like a brand that I know I've had issues and IP violations with, I won't be interested, you know. Do your due diligence that you've learnt so far as best as you can so far, obviously. If you find an item, hopefully, that looks like it could work, and it looks like it's got, maybe a couple of FBA sellers, not generally Amazon. I don't really compete with Amazon, but could be okay. I'd still check it out. What you don't want to do, okay, this is really important, is click on that exact listing in that shop. That is not the price that the buy box is. It's not necessarily, it could be, but most times it is not necessarily the buy box price. The price that you are seeing on that person's shop is the price that they've put it for. So if you click on that, it's going to give you their price, and it's going to confuse your data, and the analysis on the keeper graph is not the same. What you need to do is Amazonian right click. If you haven't got that, it's free Chrome extension, download that. And you want to, or just open a new Amazon page, and you want to take the title of that product, and you want to find the exact listing. This is very important, on a new tab. You want to find the exact listing. Once you've found that listing, it's exactly the same. Click on that listing. Do your due diligence. Okay, is it a possible replenishables item, or is it just a really good selling item? You know, is the sales rank really good for months and months? Is the buy price, is the sale price consistent for months and months and months? Do your due diligence on that item. Is the lowest it's ever sold for an okay price to sell it for? You know. Only you know that. I don't know that. What are you happy to sell it for? You know, don't be too particular on the profit that you want when starting out, but you know, you want to make some money. Okay, so do your due diligence on that keeper graph, and I will do another video talking about due diligence in the future. Okay, do your due diligence on that graph. If the item looks good, if it looks like a possible replenishable item, if the sales history is good, if the price is good consistently, then after that you then want to get that search. You want to get the copy the title of that item and then look for it on Google. Okay, you want to look for that item on Google. The first few stores that you get on Google are going to be the ones that everyone else is buying it from. Okay, let me say that again. When you copy that title, this is what I do. I copy the title, paste it into Google. The first the first shops that you see are most likely the ones that everyone is sourcing from, which is fine, and that may be where you need to get the item from. So see if the price from them shops works out. If it does, Bob's your uncle, test it, could be a good replenishable item. However, like a teacher telling someone off, my little trick is that I will spend longer than most sellers. Shh, don't tell anyone. I will spend longer looking at the first page of Google, second page of Google, maybe the third page of Google, maybe clicking deeper into different websites. And I'm trying to look for a website that I can find that item at a better price. Because the beauty of that is it's the gold dust of Amazon FBA online arbitrage, I believe. If you can discover websites that most people aren't finding, that are behind the scenes, that are behind the curtains, that people aren't willing to put in that extra time finding, then you, my friend, have found a website that no one else on that listing has potentially got. That means less anxiety for you. It means that you can be more competitive with price if you need to be. It means that you're going to be making profit. It means that if someone penny drops you, it's not an issue. It means that if someone drops that by £1 or £2, it possibly might not be an issue. It means you can take more risk of buying more items, okay? That is the main strategy I use. I try and find websites. I can't believe I'm even saying this in the video, you know, because I like sharing my experience, but obviously I don't want loads more competition. But it's not going to go out to millions anyway. But this is the stuff. Look for websites that most people aren't finding the items on. Now, you're not going to be able to do this all the time. I've got loads of items from generic websites that everyone buys from. But sometimes, for example, an item I've got now, I sell hundreds a month. And that's from a website that other people aren't using. Hope that helps. That's how I source items.